Hi, friends. Hi. It's Yvon. I made it. Hi, you guys. Some of you are already here before it went live. How you remembered? I'm a few minutes late. Yep, 6:02. Anyways, let's do housekeeping and chit chat for a few moments while notifications go out. Happy Thursday. I hope. I hope it's happy Thursday for everybody, right? It depends on where you live right now, right? Anyways, I caught a glimpse of the news. That's horrible. Okay. I really don't have any housekeeping. Actually, I dropped a video yesterday, thrifting at the Goodwill, and I've got one in my phone that's half edited. It's a little charity shop. They raise money for, well, okay. I don't know what they raise money for. They do different things with it, but it's under a monastery or a nun place. Is that called a monastery? I think Sisters Grove. Anyways, and then they raise money, and I'm not quite sure how they distribute it. Who all they donate the money to. It's just a little one up by the grocery store, but they had 30% off jewelry, so I got a few cute pieces of jewelry. Let's see. Tomorrow's Friday. Tomorrow I got to hang out with my mom for a little bit and try to pop into the booth and at least put a few things out for Easter. I just did not convent. Thank you, JLab. Convent, yes. Put a few things out for Easter. I just did not make it this week. Just one thing after another. So, well, hi, you guys. Let me throw some things over while we're waiting on notifications to go out. JLab's here. Joylyn. Oh, hi, Bobby. Hi, Bobby. The two videos back last week when I was at the American Classics doing my booths, and then we went shopping, and I said, hey, you guys, this is Bobby's booth, the one with the pretty curtains and back in the warehouse. That's whose booth it is, okay? I don't know why it says Jolyn, but I know that's Bobby, you guys. Hi, Liz. Liz, are we still on for next Thursday? Let me see what she says. She's scheduled to be the guest, her debut online for a live sale on YouTube. She's scheduled for next Thursday, you guys. Let's see if she says yes. Stephanie's been here. Hi, Stephanie, I think was here before me. Hi, Lori. Hi. Talked to Lori today. Cindy's here. Thank you. And I think I saw one other person pop in. I sent you my photo, so yep, okay. All right, so next, here we go. So you guys will get to meet Liz in person, part of Colorado Crew. That's just my name for my friends that resell and that are local here in Colorado. So even if they don't have a YouTube channel or something, I just call them Colorado Crew. Liz sells on eBay, I believe. And if you've picked up anything else, you can mention it. But anyways, you'll get to see her next Thursday, you guys. Same place, same time, okay? So she said she sent a picture. So I'll work on that over the weekend and put it up on the docket so you guys can go bookmark it if you like to do that. Because YouTube, not always super reliable on sending out notifications. So, and let me just remind you guys, when you go to a person's channel, their homepage, so I have not everyone does this, but I have a carousel that only shows up. It's the very first one underneath my channel trailer. It'll show up when I put something on the docket, when I put a live event, live sale, a live panel show, on the docket, as I say, just to have fun. It'll show up there so that you can bookmark it. So that's what I'm talking about. It might look a little different depending on what device that you're using, but it will always be on the top row if I have a live scheduled on there. Okay. Otherwise, it just drops down to latest videos. All right. So I think still a lot of you don't realize about that, because sometimes you'll message me and be like, are you going live tonight? And I'm like, well, yeah, it's been up there for a couple of days now to bookmark. So that's why I'm mentioning it. Okay. Hi, Junebug. Hi. Kathy's here. Yeah. We should try to get Bobby. Where are you? Let me get Bobby up here, you guys. Guys, put some peer pressure on Bobby to do one. Now, she does work she's part-time and works full-time. So, but let's see if we can put some peer pressure on Bobby and get her to come on and do a live sale with us. Hi, Jerry. Hi. It's just me tonight. I did not book anybody. I just, with everything that's going on, I just wasn't 100% sure, and I didn't want to disappoint anybody. So I thought I'll just do it myself. And that way, just in case I have to cancel, I don't, mess up anybody else's life. So I got quite a few things, for your builder box for April. Let me do this, y'all. If you're watching in the background and you're new, I do live sales here every Thursday. And sometimes I'll do random ones and some jewelry that I'm going to start doing on different days. They'll be random. I haven't made a set date so far. And you can keep an open box for the whole month. And I'm not going to lie, I'll be very forthcoming. That's more for me too. Now, it does save you all on shipping, definitely. And I try to bring, affordable pieces, for yourself, for gifts. If you're a reseller for your own booth or your own business, if you think you can sell it more, whatever platform you're on, or regionally, some things go for more in certain places. They're not as abundant, some things aren't as abundant in some places of the country as they are here, vice versa. So you won't really hear from me until the end of the month. And then I'll send you an invoice with some pictures of what you bought. And we'll use PayPal. If you don't have PayPal, you can use it as a guest. Don't worry. They take credit cards, e-checks, and Venmo. I think I'm saying that right. Venmo. I don't have it, but I think that's how you say it. Thanks for the hearts, you guys. Thank you. Oh, you did. Wait a minute. You did? Okay, let me get back to that. Let me finish this. So anyways, that's how it works here for me. And it helps me because, when after the end of the month, when I send you guys your invoices and you pay, it takes me a solid, I spend about 6 hours one day and, 4 maybe the next day to get them all out. It's a solid, full day, so to speak. I may spread it out because I don't, I'm part-time and I have other obligations, wifey life, caretaker, all that business. But it saves on shipping. It really does. Because once you cross that first item, which is, usually a minimum of $8 these days, then every little thing you add might be 50 cents, maybe $1, depends on if it's something heavy. If it's something small, it might be like a quarter or 50 cents. So it really saves a lot of money. Okay, on this channel, if you would like to use just in case, feel free. Try to be an active bidder offer on that item and use it during the countdown. My countdown looks like this: going once, going twice, and last call. And then a few more seconds before me or someone else, if I have a shot caller tonight, will put in item closed in the chat. We use the chat to send in offers and bids, offers. Okay? And then if you did do a just in case and that wins, it'll just be $1 above whatever the previous highest offer was. Okay, so if you've never done it, I'll try to help you through it if you accidentally make a mistake. If you try to use it for the first time and make a mistake, I'll help you through it. Otherwise, maybe watch one in action. It really doesn't come into play too much. All right, I think that's everything. Oh, and I ship from Colorado if you're new. Now, let's go see, because I think she just said, wait a minute, you just said you quit. Let me find it. Okay. You let that go. All right, and let's see. Yeah, it helps me a lot because I'm just not trying to ship all the time. This is why you don't see me over on Whatnot or District all the time. I'm just not, because I've got booths, I've got eBay, and, like I said, lots of other things. I'm just part-time. Denise, there you are. I sent you the link, babe. I didn't know if you wanted to come in the green room and admin or shot call or not, but I did send the link to your email about half an hour ago. Hi, Deb. Hi. And I hope I didn't miss anybody. Okay, so I think that's it. Yeah, well, you can come in if you want to, or you can just do it from there, whatever you want to do. So remember, when you come in, be careful unless you want to pop on the screen again and say hi to everybody, okay? But yeah, I sent you the link about half an hour ago, sweetie. Thank you. And speaking of Denise pretty much handles everything over on Facebook, the Facebook group for the ThriftyRichClub, which is us. So I think we're just under 1,000 members. I actually was just going to shut it down. And Denise said, hey, let me have a whack at it. And I said, okay, because I don't really have time for everything, but I pop in when I can. I think I popped in a couple times last week and talked to y'all, and I saw some interesting posts. But it's over on Facebook, and it's called ThriftyRichClub. Now I have my personal account, which a lot of you are friends with me. I have my page sponsored by my personal account, Yvon Robinson. And the page is Yvon Thrifty Rich if you like to just follow a page. But if you want to join a group where you can talk about whatever you want to talk about, you know, reselling related, thrifting, maybe you're not a reseller, you're just a thrifter. I don't care. I don't care if you want to put pictures of your dog. It's okay. We're friendly over there.
I did it again.
You did it again. You'll make drop you down?
Yeah, please.
Okay. There you go, babe. That's Denise, you guys. Anyways, it's fun if you like Facebook. All right. So it's just me. So I brought a few extra things, a little variety. Okay. I'm going to get started unless there's something you guys want to chat about. I saw some of you Tuesday. I was over at Kat the Nose Flippers channel. I was on her panel show again. Those are always so much fun. Met somebody relatively new to YouTube, not new to reselling. He sells books. I can't remember his name, something CDs, but his real name is Ryan. He was a nice guy. And I like his channel because he's one of those people that kind of gives us the reports on like the different platforms we sell on. So we don't have to read it all. He kind of tells us the important things and the highlights until we can get around to reading all the fine print. Oh, darn it. What was his name? Galaxy CDs. Yes. His name was Ryan. And he's not too bad to look at either. Nice gentleman, definitely. All right, and I think I mentioned I dropped a Goodwill thrifting video yesterday that was kind of fun, and yeah, if you missed that, I dropped that yesterday. Okay, let's get started. I did do my cards though. I do have a giveaway. You guys might be excited about this giveaway. You might be. I'm not gonna tell you what it is, but some of you are gonna be like, yeah. A reload, but a little bit different of a reload. Some of you know what I'm talking about. Okay. And I've got a couple of $2 add-ons. We're going to run through all those fused glass pendants that I bought for the $2 add-ons and the giveaway. I switched out the giveaway, though, tonight because I've got something really cute. All right, let's just dive in, right? I've got some glass. I've got some jewelry. I've got little miniatures. You know what? And I want to tell you something. I tried to bring some things that last sale, some of you requested, and somebody said something about miniatures, that they love the little tiny minis. You guys, I probably have 100 pieces of minis. I was going to put them all on little cards and like put them in my booth, or I was going to make little lots. Okay, so I went down to get them out and to look at them. I think it was Charlotte and a couple other people that said, I love them little minis. Maybe you're limited on space. I don't know. So I've got the little lampwork glass minis like this big to this big, and some ceramic and some vintage porcelain little pieces. So I'm going to go ahead and pull that together and do nothing but minis. Hi, Gina. Gina just popped in. Let me pick a day for that. I'll probably do that by myself because I have so many. So, and I don't know. Maybe I'll put a feeler out in my little side chat and see, like, does anybody have a lot of minis? But probably I'm thinking to do it myself because I have a lot. And I did pull a couple of pieces that they're still minis, but they're a little bit bigger than what I'm talking about. I'm talking about like littles. Okay, so I don't know who that was, but look for that. I'll try to get to that sometime this month or the beginning of next month, okay? Because I did pull them all out, and I'm like, I didn't even realize how much I had. And some of them are so adorable. Oh my gosh. But these two I pulled 2 pieces of sort of mini for tonight. So that I wanted to say that before I forgot. I love minis in my house. Plants. Oh, okay. Oh, in your house plants. Yeah, I do that too. Not the real minis. We know what I do on my house plants, Bobby. They're so cute. Hi, Lena. Lena found us. You know those little ceramic things that they're like huggers, like for a mug or something or a pot. I've got a bunch of those little huggers that I put, around the side of the pots. So cute. I've got like bunnies and cats and birds. So cute. But yeah, I never thought about that. I've got a couple succulents where you can still see the dirt to where I could put some minis in. That's cute. And the plant I bought from you and the little mushroom glass thing that you started, I bought that out of your booth. It's still good. I still have it. It's doing great. It's doing great, Bobby. All right, let's get started. I don't even know. I've got such a variety tonight. Let's start with this. So again, everything's affordable. Let me put some chapstick on, you guys. Talking, talk. I also sprayed some Biotine spray in my mouth, or that mouthwash, to like lubricate because I talk so much, when we're doing this. Anyways, Lena, I got your email. I'm super worried about that. That was your butterscotch bakelite bracelet. So I'm really upset. That was like $30. So first thing in the morning, I'll go do tracking, okay, and see what we can find out about that, Lena, because you should have already gotten that, babe. Okay. All right. So 4.5-inch amber crackle glass pitcher. You guys seem to like these. Hey, and if you have a booth, these little things, if you price them under $15, I do like 12 to 15 for these average, like Pilgrim or Rainbow or whatever. They fly off the shelf. They really do. Even little pottery ones. So I'm just saying, okay? But anyways, here, you guys can have a crack at it first. No pun intended. Before it goes to the booth. 4.5, amber color. Super cute. Probably Rainbow or Pilgrim, right? So it starts at 5. Don't let it go too much past, 10 or 12, though. If anybody's interested in this, 4.5 inches. And for those that love like the swan glass vases and things like that, but it's like I don't have the money or the room for all that. I've always thrown out some alternatives. I've been like, these are cute to do a color coordination. Little glass votives are a good idea. And those clear cruets that are so super cheap at the thrift store, because not a lot of people really use cruets anymore. They're so super cheap. If you get like a retro vintage one and put like colored water or sand or something in them. Okay. Hi, Jersey. Yeah, they're cute. So Michelle says, yeah, 5. So anybody else? I hope you guys can see okay if I do it from back here. I really, since it's just me tonight and I'm going to be doing a lot, it's, the doctor said I'm good. He did more x-rays. He's loving his work. He's very proud of himself, and I'm happy. I'm happy for him and me. And he lifted some of my restrictions, not all of them. I still need to he said, ease into it, the overhead stuff and the weight, ease into it. Okay. Going once. Going twice. Yes, thanks, y'all. Thank you. So I don't have to go back for quite a few more months. And last call. And I don't think anybody else is. My glasses on. Probably going to be Michelle. Oh, no, Cindy got in there. Okay, I do last call, Denise. Whenever you feel like it, put in item closed. You're good, babe. There we go. Now listen, Denise, that's Denise posting as Yvon Thrifty Rich on the item closed. Okay, it just comes in. She's got admin powers, so it just comes in under my name. All right, thank you. Cindy snuck in there at the last second. All right, Cindy, in your box. You write your name down, and we will move along. I've got a couple more pieces of glass. Let's see. Let's look at this one. Let me find the card. Look at this one. This is pretty. It's pretty and it's low key. There's no mark on it. Okay, so I'm thinking, I don't know, Polish or Japan import, perhaps. But it does have a nice polished bottom, okay? So I'm not thinking of the China mass-produced copycat stuff. I'm not thinking that at all. But let's talk about it because I can't remember what this is called, but I learned it from watching Kate follow that bug. This, oh my gosh. I started picking some up for myself first, like this, like opaque kind of purple and blue. There was a name for it by a famous maker. Anyways, this one's not signed or anything, but this is still beautiful. So a good way to have a piece of that. And I'm sorry, I can't remember, but it's white on the inside. Now, I don't know if you can tell, but there's a baby blue rim and then it's kind of ombre up to white. So it's really pretty, but it's kind of Murano style handkerchief, but I can't attribute it to a Murano or a maker. But I want to feel like, I don't know, Czech or Polish or perhaps Japanese. I think they have a flair for this kind of cased color combo. So sorry, don't quote me. So it's got a little bit of the opalescent, not as much as the Fenton piece I'm going to bring up here in a moment. So this one just starts at $8 though, but it is nice. It has a good feel to it. I don't know what to say. When you see it, you'll see that there's a deeper kind of sky blue at the bottom, and then it kind of tapers up ombre style, okay? And then the inside is totally white, you know, cased. It might look a little bit like the Fenton Silvercrest top, but it's just because it's got a slight roll, okay? But it's not like a Silvercrest. So I hope I'm explaining it right. Let's see if this helps you guys. It's cool though. And I'm so sorry. I will try to remember. I just learned this like 6 months ago from watching Kate, a trend. And so I immediately started picking some up for myself. It's not easy to find at the thrifts. You know, I'm a thrifter. I can go to the antique malls, yeah, all day long and find things, but I want, you know how I am. I want things on the cheap for myself and to pass along to you guys. So anyways. This is 5 inches if you need to know about shelf clearance for any reason. It's very pretty. Let's see. I think we're at 12 with Miss Stephanie. Stephanie, did you get your box? I want to know. Can you guys? Yeah, now you can kind of see the blue. See the blue base, and then it kind of ombres up. It's a nice little low-key piece, and it feels good. It feels like Viking glass. If you know what Viking feels like, it feels good. All right, so going once. Let me try to hold it better. Going twice. Put this up there. We're at 19. And last call. Okay, so Denise will give you guys a few more seconds to see if you're working something out. So we're looking for 20 or more right now. Stephanie's got a just in case of 22. So if you were wondering how that works, you're fixing to find out. And Denise will put in last call when she feels like it's time. And there it is. Okay, so those of you that might be watching in the background that are new, this is how just in case works, JIC. So Stephanie put in 20, just in case of 22. She was an active bidder, and it was during the countdown. Everything's copacetic there. Now, what we would do is take the previous highest bid, which, hang on, Stephanie, I'm just going to say this, then I'll talk to you, 19. And so we would add $1, so it would be 20. But because you guys are all my regulars, all my friends, I talk to you behind the scenes, or you're resellers yourself or YouTubers, I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to count her own bid over herself, okay? So we're going to pop up to jerseys. The next one was 13, so add $1, so 14. But technically, if that 19 bid was somebody else, then it would be $19 plus $1. Okay. I know. I said, oh, you're fixing to learn, but this one was a little different. That's just something I do if you've run over top of yourself. Yeah, I not not when it's this close, I won't really let you. I mean, you know, her 12 to the 22, yeah. But when it's that close back to back, I don't know, that doesn't seem right to me. I'm glad you like it. I'm glad. Thank you. All right, let me write that down, you guys, because it's just me tonight. So $1 above the 13, so $14. And that's probably about right, since I can't attribute this. It's got good feels to it. It really does, but I can't say Murano at all. Stephanie, you did email me. Did you like that tea? I bought a new tea. Y'all know I go to now I don't buy tea at the thrift store. I go to the grocery store or to Ross in their gourmet food section, or, you know, TJ Maxx, Marshalls. And I look for unusual flavors that you can't just, you know, most people don't carry in their house. And the last one I found was jasmine green tea, and it smelled so good, like very floral. It was a higher end. So I hope you like that. Okay. Let me write this down before I forget. Let me see what Charlotte's saying. Currently sat with a sling across. Oh, I'm sorry, Charlotte. I'm sorry. I've had those weird it's kind of scary, isn't it, when it won't stop? You start to get a little nervous. I had one of those during my recovery. I think it's because of all the pills I was taking. But let me pause for a moment. Charlotte, it might have been you. I'm not sure if that was you. It might have been the other Charlotte. Someone was asking about minis. And in the beginning, during my housekeeping, I mentioned that I did pull out all my minis. I've got like over 100, like mini stuff. Little lamp work, little porcelains, little ceramics. So I am going to go ahead, instead of taking them all to the booth, do first dibs here for you guys. Give me a few days to figure out what day I'm going to do it on. But if that was you, keep an eye out for that, okay? I hope you're going to be okay. So, oh my gosh. That's 5 hours. Yeah. I hope somebody's with you, because that sounds like if it keeps on going, you might have to get some help with that, babe. Okay. Hi, Rolana. Yeah, I'm gonna do all the minis. So I probably won't be on a Thursday. I'll probably sneak that in, okay? So I can get it in there sometime before the end of the month or the first 2 weeks of May, okay? We'll just do a one-off on those. And there was someone else I wanted to say. Yeah, it's 5 hours is a long time, sweetie. Okay, you haven't tried it yet. And Bobby says she loves jasmine. Yeah, it's jasmine green tea. So green tea has health benefits too. A little bit of caffeine, but, you know, just drink it during the day. I've got some on now to do this show. I've got some of it. I think it's great. But Bobby, I found it. It's called and it was a big box for $6.99, which is a good deal because it had 30 packs in it. I think I got it at the gourmet department at Ross, and this was just about a week and a half ago. Hi, Kim. Hi, Kim. And hi, Susan and or Marilyn. All right, next item. I gotta be careful with all this. All right, I got a couple paperweights. Let's do those. Paperweight and paperweight. Okay. Here's another one that I feel like should be signed. Let me take a drink, you guys. A lot of talking. It's so fragrant. It smells. Stephanie probably thought that I sprayed perfume in her bag, her little gift bag, but no, it's the jasmine tea. I'm gonna try to get to the booth over the next 5 days. I might hide a couple packs in your room, in your booth. Okay, this is really pretty. Nice, smooth pontil, polished as well, like a high-end glass. No signature. That drives me batty. When you do such beautiful work and you don't sign it, I was like, man, is that going to be a Glass Eye Studio or, you know, somebody, you know, I don't know, sign your work. So for that reason, I need to give it a low start because I cannot attribute it to like a high-end art, glass art, But wait do you see how pretty it is? Let's see, it's just under 3 inches. It's just under 3 inches. Hi, Beth, reseller robot. Hi, babe. Thank you. Beth says hit the thumbs up, you guys. Beth, I met her on YouTube. She's got a YouTube channel. Gosh, she came in years and years ago. She's one of the old school people. Yeah, definitely. Look at this, you guys. Now try to see around my ring lights in the computer. It's blues, greens, cobalt, cappuccino swirl, some bubbles. So pretty. So let's just start this one at 10. Now let me also try to show it this way. It's so pretty. Look at that. You see all the colors? It's so neat. Hi, Pam. Hi, Pamela. So cool. Wait a minute, I'm going to check. While you guys are looking at this, I'm going to. Okay, Charlotte. You say you've got. Okay, thank you. Because I just don't like the 5-hour thing, babe. I just don't. Okay. So I hope I see you next week too, babe. But hi, Pamela. Hi, Connis. Okay, there we go. Connis popped by yesterday to pick up her stuff. It was fun. She gave a donation to the safety pin art collection. Super cute. Tell me if there's anything you want to know. I looked this over so hard in all kinds of light and magnifying glasses, praying for a signature. Super pretty though. See how close I can get. Awesome. Blueberry cappuccino, right? Are you talking to me, Pamela? If so, thank you. Oh my gosh, me too. I'm telling you. I'm not trying to be Debbie Downer, but most of us here are all older. So we've got people passing away. We've got health things that we have to deal with. So I'm okay for us to talk about it every once in a while. Now, I'll say something and I got to move on back to the sale. So don't think I'm rude, but I'm okay if somebody wants to mention something that's going on so that we can give you good thoughts. I'm okay with that. And I don't think anybody should view it as a downer. It just is what it is. And we all need good thoughts and love. And sometimes it just helps sometimes to talk about our problems, a little bit with people who care. So speaking of, Connis is having her knee. Yeah, okay. She's telling you guys she's having her knee surgery on Monday. But I talked to her when she was here the other day, and she's got everything she needs. She bought a new recliner. She's got ice packs out the wazoo. She bought a little tiny refrigerator to put next to the recliner. Like she's on it, right? So yeah, she is on it. Thank you. Keep smiling. Thank you. I know I've seen some people's sales were like, if somebody even just mentions, like, we tell you guys, make friends in the side chat, have fun, make friends. Come and join us, whether you're shopping or not that month. Maybe your budget doesn't allow you to shop, but come have fun. But then when they try to talk about something, the seller gets all mad. I'm like, yeah. Okay, that's beyond crunchy. All right, where are we? But let me pay attention. Let's see where we're at. Denise, you'll have to help me out. Hi, chat. So Cindy's at 15. All right. So going once, going twice, and last call. Now we'll leave it up to Denise, and then that gives me a moment to catch up with the chat. This is pretty. Good. Rolanda's doing, you're finally doing your, yeah, I think you told me in an email Wednesday. And I mean, like you guys gave me so much when I told you, hey, I'm going to be MIA. I'm having surgery. You know, I had it. I had 2 surgeries. You guys were there for me. So if you need to make an announcement in the chat of something you got coming up and you want us to give you good thoughts or prayers or whatever, I am okay with that. All right. There's something else I wanted to say. Thank you, Beth. I'll talk to you later. Yeah, Pamela, it feels good to be back to work. I was jonesing to go thrifting, girl. And I want to say hi to Skylar. Hi, babe. Okay. I think she put in last call, right? Item closed. And so that's going to be, let me scroll up. Cindy, another one for your box, babe. And I'll show you this other cute one I have. You know, besides my appendix when I was like 4 years old, I barely remember. I've had a free ride as far as health concerns. You know, a little bit. I did have to have LASIK. I wore glasses since I was 8. So I had LASIK, you know, about 15, 20 years ago. Other than that, I've had a free ride. So, okay, I'm a senior citizen now and some stuff caught up with me. I got it fixed. And I have full confidence, you know, medicine has just come so far with the things they can do to fix us. So I don't worry too much when I have to have surgery or when other people tell me they're having surgery. I worry more about, okay, do you have everything you need? Like, you know, do you have stuff? Do you have, what is it? This is going to be tacky, you guys, but this is a thing. I even hollered at my doctor. This is the thing I learned. When you get the painkillers, the opioids, like, be sure you have relaxer, you know, Metamucil or whatever. And like, make sure you have your, you know, your good pillows that you want, some fresh sheets if it might make you happy. Like before my neck surgery, I went out and bought myself a new smiley face, one of those neck travel airplane things, and it had smileys on it at Marshall's. I'm like, I'm gonna buy this. I don't need it, but I'm gonna buy me a fresh spanking new one with these smileys on it, you know? So that's more like what I'm about, like what I would do for you when you message me. I'll be like, okay, do. This is what you need. Find a forum where people talk about the surgery that you're having, and so that you have somebody to talk to, you know, on your downtime and like get some advice, all that kind of stuff. Yeah. There, thank you. But she's paramedical, so there it is, you guys. Oh my gosh, yeah. It's the small comforts that get you through. Yeah. Oh, and I'll tell you something before I move on. Wait a minute. Let me run this next one for those that are like, stop talking and sell something. And then, while the countdown is going on, I'll tell you something else. Okay, this one was sent by Jackie. It is adorable. I was going to keep it. I thought it was lucite at first, but it's glass. It's 2 inches tall. It is hexagon, stop sign shaped, and it is glass, little chunk of glass with a blue spring flower. Doesn't really show. It just starts at 5. It is not signed or anything. Looks kind of probably like mass-produced kind of stuff for gift shops. I do not care. It is adorable. And it is time to put out our spring stuff. I'm getting ready to take down all of my Christmas, winter deer. I do deer because I can leave them up, you know, even after Christmas. I'm getting ready to take them all down and put up my bluebirds of happiness and my other birds. And then in between the birds, I put in my cool paperweights, and it looks really cool. Speaking of, I've got so many bluebirds of happiness, I might part with a few more. I need to check with Lynn first if she's here. And if not, if she's got everything she needed for her mom for Christmas, her mom was going to give them out as gifts. I don't know if you guys remember. I'm probably going to sell off a few. I need to downsize, you guys. This is cute. So we're at 11. What are you bringing next week, babe? Hey, bring some raku if you have some. Because I'm getting on my raku, I'm getting down to just big pieces that I'd feel uncomfortable shipping. So I don't even have a piece for tonight. So if you got a good piece of raku, Liz, that would be great. Because I'm kind of known to bring a piece of raku every sale, and I just don't have one for tonight. All right, so we're at 12 with Conus. Let me see. Going once, going twice, and last call. Okay, so while Denise lets you guys work that out, I'll go back to chatting. You rotate. Yeah, that's fun. Because I can't. I have so many collections. Things are so fun, right? And when you thrift, things are affordable. And so, but you can't put everything out all at once, because then that's not decorating. Just putting everything out all at once, that's not decorating. That's creating a thrift store inside your house, so, or an antique mall inside your house. So, I have certain areas and I'll switch them out and have fun. Plus, I like to keep things, something new to look at. My husband, I'll switch out his, I've got fun towels in his bathroom. He doesn't even use them. He doesn't even use the little hand towels. But I've got a whole bunch of fun, cute sayings and whatever, and I'll just go switch them out randomly, or I'll switch out his coffee cup at night when he doesn't realize it till the morning, just to have fun. Something new to look at, like you're on vacation, something new to look at. Okay. Item closed. Thank you, Denise. So that is going to Conus, right? You guys always holler at me if I get it wrong. $12, Conus. We will start your box back up, babe. So what I wanted to tell you guys real quick too, as far as like things to do to prepare. Wow, I need a place to put stuff. Things to do to prepare for this kind of stuff. I was this many years old practically until I found this out. Again, I haven't had a lot of surgeries, but it reminded me when Conus was here and she was talking about her knee surgery. And as usual, I went into the mom mode. I'm like, okay, you have this, and that's how come I know so much about her recliner, her little refrigerator. But my neighbor told me during this surgery that ice packs, she said, take water and put in some alcohol and freeze it. And oh my gosh, you guys, free, right? I just use rubbing alcohol, and the alcohol doesn't freeze. So it stays like slushy. So it's soft and it molds to your body, right? So that is a great tip. Like the one I made is humongous because it stays soft and it just molds to however you lay it. So you can make them any size you want, make a whole bunch. It's free. So I can't believe I didn't know that. Wait a minute. My husband doesn't even notice when I move things around. Okay. Well, some things I do are specifically for him, like he has his own bathroom, and his coffee cup every morning. And so he gets up and is like, oh, okay, that's new. So, I don't know if he appreciates it, but I'm not going to stop. So there's that, right? Let's see. Hi, Angela. Hi. And Judy popped in. Hi. Wait a minute, Lori. I did that once, thrift store in my house. Yeah. Maybe you're talking about the time that when you were moving and you let me and Becky, Vintage Viking Treasures, come in and pre-pick your garage sale. She had everything set out. And we cherry picked. We bought all her best stuff, you guys. I've already sold it to most of y'all. This was 2 years ago. And then she had a garage sale. She baked us cookies, Toll House chocolate chip cookies. Lori's a class act, you guys. Seriously. A private pick like that with chocolate chip cookies waiting for us. All right, so we got that one. Let's do this other piece of glass because this one is kind of epic. Look at this, you guys. Let me find the card for it. This is Fenton. This is so pretty. Hi, Kelly. Hi. We are selling things and we are chatting about life stuff. This is beautiful. This is lavender purple. This is Fenton. A little bit retro vintage Fenton because there's the birthmark, right? This is so pretty. This pattern comes in a few colors, but you're not gonna see this purple lavender. I think there might be one over on eBay right now, and the rest are different colors. So if you do love it, but you want a different color, and some are hand painted on. And the pattern, if you're wanting to look it up, see if I can isolate, that is called apparently lamb's tongue. Did I get that right? Yeah, lamb's tongue. So it's 6.5 inches tall. It's got the opalescent and a little bit of fire here, kind of like Fostoria does as well. This has a nice twist to it. Isn't that pretty? And it is marked Fenton. So these go for a little bit more, but I'll let you guys have first crack at it. And then here with the tool, they put in a little like flower stamp on their crimping tool, okay? So it's looking a little pink, especially for you, Stephanie, because you love pink. But please note, this is a lavender, okay? It's a lavender purple. I believe the blue tint from the computer is kind of making it lean a little bit more toward pink, okay? But this is lavender. And this starts at 20. Beautiful. Lamb's tongue is what that pattern is called. If you do find this fascinating but would like a different color, and some are hand painted. Now the hand painted ones do go up in price, but the ones that aren't hand painted usually sell for average about 30 to 35. Sometimes people will sell one a little cheaper if it has like a little flea bite or something. This one's perfect. And please shout out to Jackie, Picker Extraordinaire, because she found this and sent this in for me to sell to you all. You know what? She sent this with a bunch of glow glass. Let me double check something. Jackie sent a bunch of glow glass. Hi, Janet. Hi. Oh, okay. A little bit. I probably not enough for my glow glass sale to make me happy, but this fiery ring, this opalescent fiery ring, does glow a little bit. I'm not going to say glow. It does kind of do a greenish tint. Now, sometimes when people put a UV light on some things, and I'm like, yeah, it glows. No, it especially if it's like a greenish, like a murky green. That's not really a glow. That's just some kind of reflective reaction from the UV light. So I'm not trying to be crunchy for shade, but just be aware. Okay. Anyways, Janet, I don't know if you just came in, but I want to stress to you that this is coming across as pink to me, but it is actually lavender. Okay. I think it's the blue tint from the computer screen, but this is a lavender purple. All right, you guys. So going once, there's the birthmark. There's the Fenton birthmark right there. So what is that, after 90s or something? Nice little twist here. A couple nice little details. The crimping tool looks like a daisy pattern. And apparently this pattern is called lamb's tongue. It strikes me as odd, but I don't know. That's just what they chose. I don't know. So going once. After 1971, thank you, Susan. I knew you would know. Going twice. We're at 30 with Janet. And last call. About 6.5 inches tall. I actually have a lot of baskets, but I typically bring them to the booth. I don't even hardly put them on eBay because shipping is so precarious. but this one's the smaller size. Pretty thick walled, nice Fenton quality piece. So Denise will call it when she thinks you guys are done. So again, please remember, this is actually a lavender purple. Item closed with some cute emojis. Thank you, Denise. Let's see. You guys agree? I think Stephanie. Janet went out. She's letting Stephanie have that. Thank you, Stephanie. It'll go nice with your pink stuff, though. That's pretty. And shout out to Jackie if you're watching in the background, babe. I haven't talked to you for a few days. They loved it. They loved it. The other one she sent is bigger, and it's hand-painted Fenton custard. And it just glows like, whoa, like rave party glows. So I did put that in the box for the glow glass sale, pending sometime this summer. All right, let me put this someplace more safe. Do you guys mind if I pause for a moment and get a drink of this green tea? Glad you all are bidding on this, so I won't. Rolanda says, well, there are some on eBay, but they cost a little bit more depending on the condition. And the hand-painted ones seem to go like 60 to 80. But beautiful, right? Okay. Whew. Okay. Next item. So I did all the glass, right? Oh, no, I got one more. Here's an interesting piece of glass, too. Pink glass perfume bottle with metal rose garland trim. And then the stopper is some lamp work. Butterfly flower garden. Frosted glass and clear. Nicely ground. It's not like, you know, plastic coated. There's no maker's mark, but I do see, when I did my research, I do see this bottle a lot with all different kinds of stoppers. So I don't know if people, if they made them with all different kinds of stoppers. Let me start it. This starts at 12. So I don't know if people are marrying them themselves. I don't know if I have one that was married, or if the company just made a variety of different stoppers with it. This one's a great stopper, though. Butterfly, frosted, satin. So, There we go. So this is a pink. It looks like it's coming across as peach. This is a pink, a light pink, you guys. Look at that stopper. That is so fun. Thank you for your offers, Michelle and Kelly and Bobby. Thank you. This is metal, like a pewter or a pewter color, at least. This rose garland all the way around. Beautiful. The pattern on it reminds me of Caprice, Cambridge Caprice. I don't know if you can see it or not with all the glare, but that's kind of what the pattern, the swirly pattern, reminds me of. All right. Yes, it is a pink blush, not peach. If it's coming across as peach on your monitor as well, it's a pink. All right, going once. I'm going to double box this, but still it shouldn't add too much to your box. But I want to make sure this lamp work gets to you. What's that? Going twice. And last call. So now it's up to Denise. Denise, I'll give you guys a little bit more time to work it out. Hi, Steph. Hi. Steph sells stuff by the seashore. Fun live sales on her channel, just almost every day, you guys. If you're bored and ever looking for a live sale and none of us that are your favorites are having, there's another favorite for you. Just made a shadow box of my mini perfumes. I've got a little collection of the mini perfume bottles. They're like this big. They'll be in the miniature sale, okay? And item closed. Thank you, Denise. Kelly, right? Kelly. Thank you. Okay. Let me put that up safe too, you guys, so I don't knock it over while I'm trying to be efficient and keep things rolling. I might move too fast. Okay. Did we put enough peer pressure on Bobby for her to say, yeah, she'll come and debut and do a live sale? Did we get an answer from her? Okay. Let's see here. I've got some jewelry, but let's pause here and do these. I brought a good mixture of things, something for everybody today. So let me find the cards for these. I think that's it right there. Yes, doily and doily. Yes. Okay, I've got two doilies. This one here is the more affordable one. These really aren't that hard to come by, actually. So I think I think these are mass produced, but they're beautiful. I've sold one of these before, but I noticed you can pick one of these up from a lot of different people. So I'm thinking they're mass produced. So, but beautiful. Y'all liked the last time I brought one. So this one just starts at 5. We won't run it for too long. This is a 6-sided hexagon, like a stop sign. It's about 11 to 12 across. It is kind of firm, but it'll drape a little bit if that's a concern. And we are talking 3D there, sculpted. Oh, yay! Bobby said yes. We're going to have her pretty face on here. Awesome. Thank you. So this one starts at 5 if anybody's interested. If not, we will go on to the next one that is pretty interesting. Okay. Let me put this one aside and let's do the next one because this next one is pretty interesting. We'll put that there. If you're watching this later and you want to grab that, let me know. Okay, cool, Bobby. We'll talk, babe. Definitely. Now this one. This is 11-inch round. Circles, multicolor. Some nice little cute treatment on the edge. I'm not sure if I still call this crochet or a different kind of knitting. That is out of my wheelhouse. My mom can do anything, knit, crochet, sew. She's an artist, but I never learned. But this one is really cute, you guys. That's a fun one. So this one starts at 10 if anyone's interested. 11 inches round. Stephanie, you want the white one? Okay, I'll put it in your box, hon. Here's what the back of this one looks like. Maybe that could be the front. I don't know. Whichever way I guess you think is cutest. A nice multitude of colors. This is cream. It's not white. It is creamy, okay, you guys? Yeah, see. It's a cream color. Vanilla. Yeah. It's crochet. Thank you. I'm trying to embrace textiles more. because I watch other people's live sales, you know, like when I'm shipping or whatever, and I'm like, and they'll do ephemera and they'll do textiles. I'm like, oh my gosh, people like that stuff too. I need to, you know, I need to be more open-minded and learn about it. Now, Jackie found this one. Jerry likes it for 10. Any other interest? Going once, going twice. We've got goldenrod yellow, kind of a baby blue or periwinkle, a deeper lavender purple, kind of a sage green sort of, and kind of an ox blood red, and then black and orange. Okay. I haven't checked a whole lot of email today. All right, item closed. Thank you, Denise. Let me write these down, you guys, real quick. So, Stephanie for the white one for 5. Did you buy the last one? That might have been you, Stephanie. I got the last one. I need more space. And then this one is going to Jerry for 10. Thank you, thank you. Jerry Country. I hope everyone's gotten their boxes. I know, Lena Ray, yours is stuck somewhere, and I'm going to find out. But I hope everyone's gotten their boxes. I hope you loved everything. I haven't checked my emails carefully. Sorry. I hope that nothing was broken. And I hope you liked some of your freebies. So, in your gift bags. All right. Now, listen. Let's see. I've got some more. Oh, okay. Okay. Hang on. Yes, Rolanda, I did take a peek at that. I saw that. You're fine. You are fine. All right. Now, listen. This is just a claim because these are going to go on eBay because these are a little bit higher dollar, but they're awesome. So just in case there's anybody that loves this kind of stuff, kind of this would be kind of mid-century mod, like 60s, 70s, so to speak. And it's pretty, they're pretty epic, but they're pricey. But let me show you what I have. And you guys are welcome if you want to catch them. So the pink set is 60 and the blue set is 80 because it has more pieces. These are made, oh my gosh, these are so great, you guys. These are brand new old stock. These are St. Mary's, made in USA, 100% cotton. The pink set has 2 hand towels and 2 bath towels. You guys, new old stock, still brand new. Oh my gosh, so great. 100% cotton, made in USA, mid-century coolness. So the pink set for 60 has 2 bath towels, sculpted rows, and 2 kind of oversized hand towels, okay? New old stock. So great. And then I'll show you the blue. The blue's so cool too. But this kind of stuff sells well on eBay too. There are people that just really love vintage towels and stuff. And so when it's new old stock that hasn't been used, they're on it. Now look, let's get that focused in. St. Mary's. Bear with me for a moment. 100% cotton, made in USA. So fabulous. Okay, so the pink set is 60. And if you look on eBay, you'll see why. Let me show you. The hand towels are slightly oversized, sculpted. You know what I mean by that? Just a little bit of a 3D effect. Sculpted rows, fringe. I'll flow those back up later. I won't slow down the sale. Okay, now the blue set, so pretty. Cobalt and light blue. The blue set, 2 big bath towels, 2 oversized hand towels, and 2 washcloths. So it is 80 because you get 2 extra pieces. This was inside too, telling you like don't use bleach, blah, blah, blah. These are new. Look. Oh my gosh. Yeah, this is from the 70s, maybe early 80s, but I'm going to say 70s. Look, Target. 67 cents. So long ago. 100% cotton, made in USA. Never been used. That's a deal. I don't know which color I like best. Then the 2 oversized hand towels. Still new. How much were these way back? $1.27. And then 2 bath towels. And again with the fringe. Sculpted rose. Fun, 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 fun. Just even the 100% cotton is everything. No like rayon ragwear. You know what I mean? Okay. So, wanted to show you guys those. If you're interested, let me know. Claim them. 80 for the blue set because it's 6 pieces, and 60 for the pink set, which is only 4. The pink set does not have the 2 washcloths as well. Just so awesome. Right? That's something you don't find every day. Not new old stock, you know. Never been washed. But stuff like that I usually put on eBay. Like when I find old sheet sets that are still new. I still have, oh my gosh, who remembers the hi Mike, who remembers the rainbow sheets from the 80s in the shower? Like you could get everything. They went like this, and the shower curtain and the towels and the, you know, everything you needed, all the accessories for your bathroom. I think they even did curtains like for the bedroom. I still have, I've sold these every time I find them. I've got 1 sheet set left and it's still crispy new. It got popular again as, you know, the 70s and 80s, you know, kind of trended again and still are. The 90s are coming in strong as well. And then it was featured on, I think, season 3 of Stranger Things. The little redheaded girl, her bedroom had those rainbow sheets. I'm just having a hard time parting with the last set because I did that too in the 80s. I mean, I was a young adult, but I did it too. And so I'm kind of, me and my girlfriends, we all did. And I was thinking about that. That is so funny. You know how now trends, like we go on social media and we know trends. And I was thinking to myself, how did we know? Like we all did the same thing. How did we know that was a trend? Maybe the fashion magazines, Teen Beat or something. I don't know. Or I don't know. Maybe that's how we knew. Or I don't know. I can't really remember. But you know, you get my drift on that. I'm like, how did we know that was the cool thing to do? Anyways, let me see what you guys are saying about those sheets because yeah, you know, my bathroom has, you know, the towel bar. So I put 1 hand towel, the same for my husband's, that you can use. And then I put his surprise one that I switch out, you know, depending on the season, that you don't use. And then in my bathroom, yeah, my the eldest daughter got me one that said kind of pissed about not being a mermaid. It's a Kathy's collection or whatever. And so what I did was I left the tag on it. Oh, Kathy's Primitives. I left the tag on it dangling so that people would not use it. So they'd be like, oh, don't use that one. Use this boring gray one instead, you know, so that it would keep it fresh and clean and I wouldn't have to wash it all the time. Yeah. Yeah, Teen Beat, right? Oh, and watching Brady Bunch. Yeah, I guess so. Watching our sitcoms and Teen Beat and all that. Yeah. That blue set is everything. I like the pink too, but the blue would probably be me. Where did I score those? Life Network last year. Yeah. Because, you know, I'm trying to downsize. So I've been finally going through, and I feel better now, right? I'm back to work. So I've been going through my eBay stock room and cherry picking all the cool stuff. I'm like, this stuff's got it, this is the waste. This is awesome stuff. Let's see. Oh, good. Thank you. Okay, so you guys did like that. Beautiful. And okay, awesome. All right. Okay, that was fun. I thought if nothing else, you guys will enjoy seeing them. But probably after next week, they'll end up on eBay. Because speaking of eBay, I always tell you guys, hey, these are kind of for you guys. I mean, you guys are always gracious, and I always make a few bucks on every item. Thank you so much. And then I take, on eBay is where I try to make my money, or at my booth. So I just sold 140. Let me show you guys. Let me show you what I sold on eBay. I have to ship it now. But let me show you, those of you that are resellers, because I didn't know people were still into this, but this is it's from the Antebellum. It's a Joseph original, and it's the Antebellum series, okay? So it's a little bit bigger than like the little girls that we usually get. But let me show it to you, because this is cool if you see it. See original listing. Yes. And this is from the Antebellum set, like the Deep South, okay? Like think Gone with the Wind. Let it focus, okay? But I sold her. Yes. She is the Rosemary. Antebellum. And what did I get? 120. She didn't even send an offer. She just bought it. So, see if I can let me get some pictures up. So cute. Look how cute she is. Adorable, right? So condition is everything on these, and she's a little bit bigger. She's about, I'd say 6 or 7. I'll look in a moment. She still had mostly all her stickers. Sweet, huh? Like typically this kind of stuff, I don't pick up a lot of it because, the courting scenes stuff, not really kind of what I lean into. But that, I was like, they sell for how much? So anyways, larger Joseph original Antebellum series. Okay. All right, let's move along. Yes. So, and I mean, you guys know I'm a thrifter, so I'm not paying very much for my stuff. So, I'll make some money over there. All right, let's see. So like I said, I'm gonna do mini sale, mini. And I pulled some things out. They're a little bit bigger than the mini minis, so that I remembered to tell you guys that I made a decision on that. And because they're cute and a little bit bigger than the other ones. So let's do these. All right. The first one is, get the right. Okay. So the first one is Japan Dragonware, a little tiny Dragonware set. Okay. So cute. So if you've always wanted some Dragonware, which I have an 80-piece set of Dragonware. Thank you, Judy. Thank you. Yes. Because, I'm part-time. Like I don't keep a lot of stuff. I'm not trying, like when I talk about doing my next version of a panel show, I haven't done one in like 5 years. And it's going to be for the part-time sellers, because it's a little bit different mindset and a little bit different way that we should probably think about operating. And so I want to talk about that kind of stuff. So like right now, my eBay store only has like maybe 60 to 80 items, and I've never had more than 500. I usually hover somewhere around 300. That fits comfortably in my eBay storage room, where I can also have craft supplies and not feel overwhelmed. And, again, with everything that I do, if you are bogged down with shipping all the time, well, you'd have to hire somebody. I can't, you can't spend all day shipping stuff. Then you don't have time to go, you know what I'm saying? Anyways, we'll talk about all that kind of stuff. So, and I don't want to hire help or anything like that. I did all of that in the 80s and 90s. I don't want to do that. That's not what I'm about. Anyways, look at this cutie with the Moriage. right? Moriage slip, little tiny. I was hoping that there would be a chef's kiss, the cherry on top, and it would be lenticular, but there's no lenticular. But it's, you know how this porcelain stuff is from Japan. It's pretty opaque. You can kind of see through, but there's no little picture. And it's adorable. There you guys go. Starts at $8. If you would like some dragonware, little piece for yourself, just to say you own a piece. But I do have an 80-piece set of adult dinner serviceware that eventually I'll get around to doing something with. A booth was going out of business at a local antique mall up in Denver. I bought it all like, gosh, 2 years ago. So cute. Isn't it precious? So use it for your espresso, or I don't know, put some double-sided tape on the bottom so that it doesn't move around. Use it for a succulent or like a little nighttime jewelry ring holder. You'll think of something so that it can also be functional. Lori's in at 8. It's so precious. Let me know if there's anything you need to know, Lori. So yeah, it's got the Moriage slip on it. We try to get to the dragon. There we go. That's a cloud dragon, right? That's what they call these cloud dragons. Yeah, so it's got this really, and I can't remember what the significant is to it, like prosperity or protection or whatever, but I'm pretty sure this is cloud dragon. 80 pieces. It is so great. I'm going to keep a couple of the serving pieces for myself, Judy. Like, I think there's a gravy boat in a tureen, an awesome tureen, and then I'm going to let the rest go. I bought it for resale, but I want to keep a couple of the serving pieces. There we go. Okay, going once. This is gold metallic. Going twice. Hi, Lynn. I'm glad you're here. I'm going to repeat something for you. And last call on the little mini dragonware set. Lynn, I want to tell you a couple things while they're finishing this up with Denise. I'm getting ready to switch out all my deer that I put up for Christmas, holiday, winter. I'm going to put up my Bluebirds of Happiness, and I put paperweights in between. So I'm thinking to sell a few of my Bluebirds of Happiness. I've got to downsize on everything. Told you guys I'm going to be downsizing my lucite grapes sometime this year. I'm going to downsize all my swung vase, not all of them, through my swung vases and just cherry pick the ones that I really love. I've got too much stuff. I had too much fun the last few years. So I wanted to check with you to see if, does your mom, that was a Christmas thing, or did she still need some? Because I am going to sell some of mine off, and I want to talk to you first. Okay. All right. So I'll get with you sometime within the next week and a half, and you can have first dibs on what your mom might want. Okay. And the other thing is, when I was last Thursday sale, somebody said, a couple of people said, I really like mini minis. I've never done that. I have 100 mini minis. So I'm going to schedule a mini sale. It will not be on a Thursday. I'm going to do a one-off by myself. So keep an eye out for that on social medias. I put it out everywhere, Instagram, Facebook, sometimes TikTok. I'm not in love with TikTok. And then also on the community or post tab, some of you I don't think are utilizing that here on YouTube. There's a community or a post. It depends on what device you're using, okay? All right, anyways, did we get that item closed? Thank you, Denise. Who is that going to? Lori, for 8. Okay, Lori, in your box. All right. And here's another little mini that I pulled out. I believe Jackie found this too. This is pretty cool though, you guys. This is a vintage Rosenthal, okay, Germany. So, as little as it is, because it's Rosenthal, Germany, and because of the age, these do cost a little bit more. So I'm going to have to start this one at $10. I'll show you everything you need to know. Here's the main store, whatever that is, that it came from. It is porcelain, black floral painted. Now, if you're looking at comps on these, be sure that it's Rosenthal. And for yourself, if you're a reseller, when you're looking up stuff like this, there are copycats of this, but they don't. So you have to look at this. This is different on the cheaper copycats, okay? So see how that has nice little detail, kind of bronzy metallic gold. And then, oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, this starts at 10. Sorry. And there's your information on the back. Rosenthal, Germany, something, something, and Selb. Okay. Super sweet porcelain. I'm guessing that is a vintage tag from the store. Or maybe, I just don't know. I didn't bother looking that up. That could be an aftermarket, like a resale booth or something. But look how sweet this one is. This is black. Let me move my hands there. See how close we can get. I think that's about it. Sorry, you guys. Oh, there. That's a good shot. Super sweet. German. Precious. If you like the little jewelry caskets and trinket boxes. Can you imagine a bedroom decorated around that theme? How luxurious. Yeah. You know, someone that most all of us love, Kate, Follow That Bug. She's kind of leaning away from the kitsch. I don't think she'll ever abandon kitsch, but she's kind of been adding and leaning into like more frilly and antique stuff. And she loves this kind of stuff. And I think she has quite a bit of it. And every once in a while, she'll show us like around her home and all the epic stuff she has. Okay, going once, going twice, and last call. I'm going to put this down, okay? Give myself a little break here. Bobby's coming in at 10. I mean at 13. So Denise will give you guys a few more seconds for you two to think about what you want to do. Her home is so interesting. Oh my gosh. It's so great. I guess I'll show it up close since you guys are still working it out. So if you need to make there we go. And item closed. Okay, let's see what happened. Okay, Lori had a just in case of 15. The previous highest bid was 13 from Bobby, so we add $1, so 14 for Lori. Thank you, thank you. Lori J. Okay. Now these next pieces, you guys. Let me pause for a moment, okay? Talk. I'm by myself, right? So like Jeremy's not coming on while I get to sit back, collect my thoughts for a moment, get a drink. So every once in a while, you guys gotta let me pause for a moment. Is that fair since I didn't bid? I see you had a previous bid. Oh, I see, just in case. I don't think no one's going to argue with you. Going forward, try to remember. It's just, it's just so that I don't know. Why do we do that? I don't know. I just followed what my other reseller friends do on their live sales. Why do we do that? You guys, is that really important? Does it matter to you guys? I just followed, but maybe it doesn't even matter. You guys tell me if there's a reason, because maybe it doesn't matter and I can quit saying that you have to have been. Thank you, Bobby says you're fine, babe. But you guys tell me if there's a reason. Otherwise, I think I'm going to quit saying that. Off the top of my head, I can't think of a purpose besides I just never even heard of just in case, but I saw, like Misty does it and most other channels that do just in case, they say that. So I just assumed there was a reason. Right? It helps with bidders. Yeah, that's why I like to have it. But what I'm saying is, why is it really necessary to say you have to have been an active bidder on that item to use just in case, and that you can only do it during the countdown? Now, I can understand only doing it during the countdown, and that would be for your benefit because you don't want to show all your cards too soon. But I don't know if it's really necessary for us to put the limit on it that you have to have been an active bidder before the countdown to use just in case. So if there's a reason, let me know. But I do like just in case, though, for that reason, yes. All right. So, gosh, this was pre-surgery. I found a bunch of these little things here, and I sold almost all of them to you guys. I broke one. I found two that didn't sell during that time. So I remember that we never did get down to the bottom of whose they were, but they are porcelain. So there's a duck or a goose, and there's a little piggy. Now they're little porcelain things, and they have transfers on them, okay? So flowers, a butterfly, and a bee, and a dragonfly, okay? Metallic, bright gold metallic accents. The same thing on the piggy. A bumblebee, a butterfly with gold accents, and a dragonfly, okay? And then floral, and then little florals, okay? So, I don't like, they don't cost that much. I don't really even feel like you guys bidding on them. Let's just say they're $8. So if you want the pig, put in pig, it's $8. If you want the duck or the goose, $8. I sold all the other ones, and I think we sold them for around $8. I feel like that's what it was last year. I feel like that's kind of where they came in at. I think these are like an 80s, 90s thing. Super cute, though. Nice little quality. I mean, it's not Dollar Tree stuff, that's for sure. White. These are white. There we go. Look. Every little decal of the animals has like gold metallic little accents. So, if anybody's interested, just $8. Tell me if you want the piggy or the duck. Okay. Let's move on to the next item. Let's see, where am I at? Okay. I've got some jewelry, but let's do this. I pulled something from my lucite. I have a large lucite collection. I was thinking Easter, although I won't get this to you in time unless I mailed it like first thing in the morning. But anyways, it doesn't have to be for Easter. It's super nice. Yes, Jerry, farm animals. Look, vintage lucite cross. It's got the hangy in it, and it's got the little abalone chips. So it's like, iridescent, multicolor, rainbowy, okay? And I don't know if you can tell, but it does kind of have a pattern. It's got like crisscross pattern on it too. I don't know if you can see that kind of figural, and then little dots. Super cute. And this one starts at, what's my note? Okay, this one is 15. This starts at 15 if anybody's interested. Nice little vintage lucite piece. Starting at 15. It is 8 inches tall. It's beautiful, isn't it? Let me come in close again so you can see the shell chips inside. Give it a moment. Bear with me. Let's give it a moment. There we go. Super pretty. Trying to get my hands out of the way there. That looks better. There you go. So we're looking for 16 or more. 8 inches. Vintage lucite. The little copper wire to hang it. I just kind of bent it out, to show you that it, you can hang it. Okay, so going once. Going twice. Let's see what it looks like on black. And last call. So now it's up to Denise. She'll give you guys some time to think about it some more. This actually is not an easy one to find. I saw some more similar, but they had like weird things in them. Pennies, paper clips. I'm like, what? So I'm like, that just seems wrong, but this one's beautiful. And item closed. That's a pretty one. And guess what? It's not personalized. Like sometimes this kind of stuff is personalized, like Bahamas or, Mexico, Acapulco, whatever. Who got that? Item closed, Stephanie for 18. That makes sense to me. Miss Stephanie likes that kind of stuff. Okay. Thank you, Stephanie. It is beautiful. I'm still decorating my townhouse 8 months. Has it been 8 months already? I still have your housewarming gift, sweetie. Okay. Let's see. Where am I at? I've got some jewelry pieces. I'll get these laid out, you guys, and take another drink, okay? And again, I always have my $2 add-ons, and I've got a fun. You guys are going to like this. Some of you are going to like this. I've got a fun giveaway. I bought 4 of them wholesale. I buy wholesale the China imports, the modern jewelry and pins and brooches and stuff. The ones I tell you guys to be careful over on Whatnot because a lot of people are trying to sell them as vintage. And so I put in a pretty big order. I don't want to get all political, you guys, but just in case I put in, let's not get political, but I put in a big order. Everybody knows why, right? And it slid under the radar and it got here before, caca hit the fan. Okay, so before I do jewelry, I have another interesting piece. This is by Deerskin Trading. It is a mink teddy bear. Yes, it is a mink teddy bear. It's got a polka dot ribbon. It is not attached. It looks like no one ever really used it. It still has the little hanger thing on it. Let me put it there. Deerskin Trading Post, made in Korea. So I'm thinking this is what, 70s, 80s, maybe 90s. And 100% genuine mink. There we go. Please clean by a mink fur expert only. This starts at $10. The polka dot's okay, but I sure do think something, I don't know. I just feel like something cooler could be on there, could be on that. I don't know why. I'm just not loving the red polka dot for mink, right? It's super cute. So if you know anybody that would love this nice little gift, fancy, we're fancy. Anybody's in the hospital or sick or in a nursing home or just a young adult that still likes, the cute plush. This is mink. A more solid color, yeah. That's what I think too. So, like, let's just like a more solid color. But I left it as is. It starts at 10. If you're looking up, it's Deerskin Trading Post and 100% genuine mink, the covering. So, anybody here for it? See the eyes. Brown eyes, large pupils, but there's like a tan around it. Okay. If nobody's here for it, we will go on to some of the jewelry. If you're watching this later, I might still have it, okay? Oh, I forgot this. I told you guys I bought some things. Speaking of Kate, follow that bug. Before I do some of the jewelry, let's do this. A couple of pieces of jewelry are from her too. She had her 2-year anniversary over on Whatnot a couple of weeks ago, and she was doing 366 cats. So, I had to go over and be supportive and tell her happy anniversary, and I bought some cats. I think I showed you last Thursday, right? I'm thinking I might keep this for a little while and wear it, this fused glass cat pendant. I kind of would like to take it for a test drive, I guess, or rock it a couple times, and then I might sell it. And then I got the Siamese pin, I love Siamese cats. Where did that go? If anybody, this is real vintage. This is true vintage. This right here. If anybody has a Siamese cat or knows anyone, I've got that, but I wasn't thinking to run it. I was just going to throw it up on eBay. But then I bought this. So this is a 70s, 80s thing, maybe 90s. I want to say more 70s, 80s. Taiwan. But what I liked about it was the blue eyeshadow. Hello. Blue eyeshadow and the little blue birds. Okay. So I think I paid, I don't know. Everyone was bidding a little extra, you guys, because it was her anniversary and everybody wanted something, a momentum from Kate. And it was like, I feel like 300 people in there. I don't know. I don't remember how much I paid for it, but it's okay. It doesn't matter because I used my credit. I used my credit. I only had to pay shipping. So we'll just say we'll start this at $5. But it's super cute, isn't it? With the little bluebirds. And there's no indication of who made it. Just one of the vintage made in Taiwan, that shape and that color, made in Taiwan, but it's so sweet. All pieces are ours for a little while. Yeah. And if things are, most things we buy, 99% are already pre-loved, right? So I don't see a problem if I want to wear something a couple times and have fun with it before I sell it. Now, if something was new, then I probably wouldn't do that because then you can't sell it as new again. Anyways, does anybody love this? This started at $5. And if you're a Kate Follow That Bug vintage fan, this is from her 2-year anniversary. 366 cats Whatnot sale she had a couple weeks ago. So, super cute. Deb says, yes, I like it. It was the bluebirds, the blue eyeshadow. Hello. All right, going once. going twice, and last call. That's fine for me because, like, again, I bought like 1, 2, 3. I bought 4 items. I only had to pay shipping. I paid like, I think $7 shipping because I used some of my credit just to buy a few things, just to be supportive. And I thought, well, I'll just get them and sell them over here. Oh, Lori, you just missed it. You just missed it. So, Deb, I'll put that one in your box. Wait a minute. Let me write that down real quick, you guys. I forgot to make a card for it. Sorry. Give me a moment and I'll show you. I'll show you what's next and I'll write, well, the other thing I thought you guys might like is the vintage salt and pepper shakers of these cats. So just start them at 5 again. But you can have both of them. Of course, they're a set. Green rhinestone eyes, matte finish, kind of bisque-like, salt and pepper shakers. So just at 5. And those again, those are also from Kate's show. And I'm just mentioning it because to some people that might be a selling point, besides that they're cute cats, is, you know, most of us are pretty fond of Kate. She debuted her online selling right here on this channel until she found Whatnot, and then she went, huh? We haven't seen it. No, she did come back. No, she did come back and do a sale, didn't she? Yeah, she popped in, I think, once last year. It was fun. I still talk to her every once in a while, you guys. Okay, so this one was 5 for Debs. And let's see, Bluebird Kitty from Kate, from Kate's show. From Kate's Whatnot show. Okay. So where are we at? All right, so we're at 9. Going once, going twice, and last call. I'm not even looking, I'm writing, so I will let Denise shut it down when she thinks the time is right. So Kitty Cat's S&Ps from Kate's Whatnot show. Okay, got it. Item close and Bobby for 11. Okay, awesome. Those are cute. Let me get that down. I better write your screen name too, or I'll forget. But probably I don't have, probably we'll just meet up, I guess. I'm assuming for you to get your stuff. Bobby, you don't have to pay shipping at all. I'm just guessing that's what you'll want to do. All right. What time is it? How are we doing? Oh, I'm doing great. Okay, so let's run through some jewelry. And then I've got $2 add-ons and a giveaway. Let me get my cards situated. I've got some Russian or Soviet Union or Ukraine. Can't really tell. Lacquer pins. A couple things I bought from, and a couple more pins that I bought from Kate at a different sale that I just thought were cute. Okay, so let me get these organized. Yeah, I've got some hand-painted Russian lacquer pins. Let's start with this. You guys haven't seen this video yet, but I stopped when I was after the doctor next to Safeway. I think I mentioned this during housekeeping. There's this little charity shop, Sisters Grove, the ones that do it for the convent. Thank you, J-Lab. They raise money for the convent, and then how they distribute it, I don't know after that. They were having 30% off jewelry. I got some really cute pieces over there. I pulled one that I thought you guys might like. Look, it's a little antique style necklace with a metal cloisonne bead. So I paid $12 for it. So that's where we're going to start it. Let me try to isolate this metal cloisonne bead. That is super sweet. There we go. If you're multitasking, look up because I don't know how long I can get this to stay focused. Little floral cloisonne bead. It's kind of got that rosary antique look. Lobster claw. This is a dark brown kind of antique finish and a little bit of an extender on it. It's 22 inches. And then there's a little bit of an extender, okay? But that's a nice little Renaissance antique look. Although I think it's only vintage. So it starts at 12. Oh, you guys, I did say that. Thank you, Michelle. Sweet, isn't it? So I had fun going through all the jewelry. I've never seen them have 30% off jewelry. So that bead is metal cloisonne. This is right here. It's precious, isn't it? So about 22 inches, a little bit of an extender. There's an extra bead dangle. Bear with me. There we go. These are some kind of plastic, I believe, not wood, but that is metal cloisonne. So going once, going twice. That has a sweet, almost antique look, doesn't it? And last call. Item closed. Thank you, thank you. So, Debs, okay, in your box. I'm going to write your name down. Okay, got that one. And here's a couple, before I do the Russian lacquer ones, let's do these real quick. These two, these are cute. She had some metal pins. This one actually has a bail, so it can also be, let's do this one first. This one has a bail as well, so it can be a pendant as well as a pin. Whoops. Oh, thank you, Deb. Thank you. So here we go. Tricolor, meaning copper, silver tone, and gold tone. Ladybug pin. A pin, or it's got a bail if you want to wear it as a necklace or make it into some kind of an ornament, okay? But it's super cute. Tricolor. Copper, silver tone, and gold tone. It's got that artisan look, right? Oh, sorry, 5. Start at 5. A ladybug, right? With the dots. We could say a beetle. I don't know. So there's a bail. Not this. That's part of the bug. There's a bail there. Really large. So if you wanted to turn it into an ornament, you could do that. Super cute. Anybody interested in that? If not, we will go on to the next one. The next one's probably going to have a little bit more interest. I just thought it was interesting. All right. Now this one is artisan. It did used to have a sticker on it of whoever made it, but it's gone. Now this is artisan, you guys, and this is awesome. Again, tricolor metal. We've got copper, gold tone, and silver. We've got a jumping dolphin, waves, moon, stars. This is artisan. You can see. So this one just starts at 5 too. I was just being supportive of Kate. Picked some things I thought you guys might like. Used my credit, so I only had to pay shipping. So, tricolor. See how close I can get. There we go. And this was something, again, from Kate. Follow that Bugs Whatnot show. No interest in that one. Did I miss the mark on these two, you guys? I thought that was cute. Okay, well, we'll go on to the next ones. We'll try those again some other time, or I will put them in the booth. Oh, I forgot an item. Hang on, this is cool. Before I do the Russian and the giveaways, this is cool. You guys, look at this little vintage seed bead. Do you know what this is? You know what this pouch is? It holds the little Bobby. Where are you at? Okay, Bobby, I got you. Well, let me back up because let me do it official. For the dolphin, okay, so we're looking for 6 or more. Going once, going twice, and last call. Yes, Liz, tissue holder and item close. All right, Bobby. Thank you. Okay. Yeah, let's look at this, you guys. Yeah, it holds those little packs of travel tissues or whatever you want. It's so sweet. It's little seed beads. So this starts at, I made a note. This is not something you're going to see every day. So this starts at 15 if anyone's interested. It slides over. It's very cool to the touch and kind of slick. They're just little seed beads. Let's see if I can get, yeah, there you go. Isn't that precious? So cute. And there's a little bit of a hit on the back too. Little rosebuds. Pearlized iridescent seed beads. So sweet. I guess you can still buy those little travel packs of tissues. I think I saw them at the hospital when I was in the hospital. I think I saw some. That's super cute. It feels good too. I don't know, this feels good. So there's the back hit that they did. So, okay, they still make them because it looks like somebody. No, those are real tissues. Yeah, no, those are real tissues. Yeah. Okay, going once, going twice, and last call. We're looking for 18 or more. Mm-hmm. Okay. Denise is probably going to call it here any second. And there's item closed. Oh, I'm glad I didn't forget that. That was cute. So Deb's for 17. Okay, thank you. Thank you. Let's see, am I forgetting? Let me make sure I'm not forgetting anything else before we do the last two pieces of jewelry and then the giveaway. Okay. All right. So I've got two of them. I didn't take the time to try to figure out like what all that means. But I know some do have more value depending on the artist and the region and the date. So those of you that collect these might know what that means exactly. I'm not too worried about it. I paid $5.99, $6. So there's this one. Let's see. This is the bronze. Yes, with the reddish color, hand painted. So let's see, $6. This started at $8. Hey, you know what else I got from Kate while I was over there? She was using a fork. Jeff was with her. They were using a fork to show things off. And I'm like, wait, what? And I said, can I steal that idea? And she said, sure, because she stole it from the Burner Brothers. so I went and got my favorite fork, my awesome personal fork. When it's just me, myself, and I have a few little cool utensil things that I picked up at the thrift stores. And this was one of them that I loved. So there we go. Trying to get a good angle. What is that, like cranberries or some kind of little berries with those flowers? Hi, Carrie. So this one starts at 8 if anybody's interested. Yeah, very so delicate. Let's see how close I can get. There we go. That's better. A little sprig of something that has red berries on it. They tried to do a rendition. I love this fork so much. Okay, so no takers on that one. Let me show you the other one and see. This one I also paid $5.99, $6. Oh, let me show you, because some of you might know what this means. 19952, and there's the name on that one. Yes, love the fork idea. Oh, Cindy. Okay, Cindy. Let's back up just 1 second and shut this one down. So Cindy's in for 8. So any other takers? Going once, going twice, and last call on this one. So that one, make sure I get it in the right. Yeah, okay, so that one's for Cindy for 8. Okay, got it. So now we'll do this one. Starts at 8. Now this one's a little bit lighter color. Let me see. Tans and bronze. Yeah. It is signed too. That one's pretty too. Bobby's in for 8. Thank you. I love your avatar, Bobby. Seriously. And that is actually you. I know what you look like. That is actually you, isn't it? Let me turn it around again in case you wanted this, in case you're knowledgeable on these. Something 19952. Okay, so let's see. Michelle, we're at 9. I'll try to get that angle back again. So going once. Hang on. I want to really try to get that. Let me try again. Hang on. There we go. Okay, I got it. Going twice. And last call. Yeah, these are typically called Russian lacquer pens. I sold one. I think Carrie bought it not too long ago, maybe last Thursday or before. And it actually said Ukraine. I was pretty excited about that one. Yes, I love this fork. I wouldn't mind having a whole set, but that's okay. This set that we do use is also a nice metal, like this, like sturdy metal, you know, little squares on it. It was actually Fiesta's rainbow, and I boiled them in water and popped off all the little rainbow enamel pieces. So it's just like metal. You know, I try to be conscious of my husband too, you know, things that, you know, make him comfortable too, you know. And so being a guy and a harbor guy, you know, I have a lot of metal type stuff. Did we get this item close? So this one's going to Bobby. Okay, let me write that down, and I will do the $2 add-ons in the giveaway. I've had a great time tonight. I don't think I did too bad doing it by myself. So you guys let me calm down a little bit and take a drink and take a breath, and let me chat as much as I wanted to. So, okay. Bobby. My set is $10 from Target. No, it's not. You're a thrifter. Girl, you go get something cool. I don't know. I shouldn't say that. Maybe you like it, but I don't know. I'm always thrift store first. Thrift store first for me, always. But Target does have cool stuff. So, all right. $2 add-ons and a fun giveaway. All right. So we're still working on the fused glass. I've got 2 of them. So if anybody's interested, just put in, I don't know, just put in red. I've got 2 of them. They're cute. They rolled it over so you can make an ornament out of it or put it on a choker or a necklace. Okay, super cute. Those are pretty, huh? Look how, let me come in close. Look how pretty it is. Got some bronze. Let me see if I can zoom in on that. Show how pretty. Huh. Well, it's a nice metallic bronzy, and there we go. I got it. That's cool, isn't it? Okay, so we've got them red and red. Yeah. And then they kind of rolled it over. So again, you can make a necklace out of it. Choker, necklace, ornament. Let me write that down real quick. Dubs and cornice. Yeah, I still have a whole box full, you guys. I bought 3 bags full. There's so many cool ones in here. And then there are a couple that I'm going to sell individually. Let me show you the one I'm going to put over with jewelry, but I'll show you why. Oh, yeah, this one. Look at this cross. I want to put, look at that. Isn't that beautiful? So I love this one. Kind of a gothic, old-timey cross with the blue and the copper. I'm actually going to put that over with jewelry. But I've got a whole, so we'll be doing that for a while, you guys, until you guys say, until it looks like you guys are done. There's some really pretty ones in here. So if you're not buying them at the $2 add-ons for jewelry, and you're going to buy them and make ornaments or something, well, we've got a lot to go through in the next couple months. Okay. That's a pretty one too, isn't it? Yeah. There's a heart down in there too. Oh yeah. I might pull some of these out. Look, there's a heart. That's cute. Navy blue and white. But this one, I'm pretty partial to that one for sure. And look at it again. My goodness. Look at the way that the blues just pop on that. Okay. I'm going to do it right now before I forget. There's over with jewelry. Okay, so we got that. Okay. Ha. So yeah, I snuck an order in before the tariff wars. Whatever. I don't want to talk about it because I don't want to get all political. I don't want people fighting. I got strong feelings though, believe me. But I better keep them to myself because I don't want to fight. So I was ordering more Vespa kitties for those that don't have one yet. But look what I found. Oh my God. Vespa dog. Hello. So this is the giveaway tonight. I did get some Vespa kitties too, but let's do the 4 Vespa doggies now. Look. Oh my gosh. So now put in a number between 1 and 100. Just enter one time, okay? Just enter one time. I got 4 of them, so I'll give them away over the next 4 shows. Vesper, I guess it's a little wiener dog, huh? Wait a minute, let's use the white one. I was like, okay, that's too great. So just enter one time, put in a number between 1 and 100, and I'll pull a number. Now, but unlike the Vespa kitties, this doesn't have a bail on it, so you can only use it as a pin. The Vespa kitties have bails on them. I don't think I brought one up. Haha. Little terrier or wiener dog living his best life. Love it. On black metal. Yeah, they cost like $3, with shipping. I don't know what it's going to be now, you guys. I don't even know if that stuff is going to be available anymore. You know what I mean? So I put in a pretty big order. Because those are my giveaways and stuff. And plus, I sell a lot of that stuff out of the booth to help pay my rent. That under, lower price stuff for people on a budget, so they can still have fun coming out and shopping. All right, so let's see. All right, I'm going to put in stop entries. If you're multitasking, look up and throw out a number because you want a Vespa doggy. You do. Okay. Stop entries. And I'll just use my whatnot numbers. Whoever comes closest without going over. If it's a 3-digit, I'm just going to take the last 2. So 117, so we're going to take 17. Let's see, who got closest without going over? Did anybody? I might have to pull another number. Okay, hang on. Let's try it again. It's the only way I feel better about this profit pile hoard currently I have is I've sourced enough for years. Yeah, technically I don't have to go thrifting for a while. I got plenty for my boots, for eBay, for everything. Dang it, I did it again. Okay, this time we're just going to say whoever got closest. Okay. The last 2 numbers, 20. Whoever got closest to 20. And that's going to be Deb's Finds. So that's the kitty number 1 to Deb's Finds. If you don't find him to be super adorable, pass it on to someone who does. Deb's Finds. Thank you so much, you guys. I had a blast. Are you guys comfortable with this flow of me doing it by myself? Are you guys okay? Oh, Lorraine, yeah, we're done. You guys okay? I might do a lot of shows by myself every once in a while, a lot. Okay, that doesn't make sense. You know what I mean? So, is it okay? But anyways, next week will be Liz, Sitting Kitty, and then I'm going to get with Bobby sometime over the next couple of days and get with her and schedule something for her to come on, okay? Now look for the miniature sale. Those of you that like minis, Look, I'm thinking to do it like on a Sunday afternoon, possibly, if that's works for all you guys. So let me put my brain to it. Tomorrow's a mom day. I've got to stop by the booth and I've got to go help mom. So let me work on that Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, and I'll get it up on the docket. I'll put it out everywhere, social medias. But you guys remember, YouTube, you go to someone's main page of their channel, go to community tab or post, okay? Because you might be missing things. But on Instagram and Facebook also. And if you're not sure, you can email me and I'll tell you, okay? Thanks, you guys. I will tell mom hi. I will tell mom. Oops. Thank you, Denise. I will. Denise, down in the green room. Thanks, babe. You rock. She says bye, you guys. She's waving. All right, you guys. Keep your love alive. I appreciate you more than you know. Bye for now. Over and out. Keep your love alive.